Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Monday night, and that is simRace Africa. I'm with Sas van der Westhuizen. I'm Ryan Hill. We are here with you today. How's it, Sas?
Hello, Ryan. Hello, everybody. I am stoked to be back. It's the 2022.2 season. We're going to have an epic season this time around, I think, with the GP cars.
Absolutely. I'm super amped for this. As you can see, a little bit of what's going on in the background. We're, of course, at the Red Bull Ring here in Spielberg, Styria, in Austria. And we've got a couple of things lined up for you tonight. Of course, with the brand new season, we've also got a new car, or new quote-unquote. We've got a different car. We are running the 2018 Formula Hybrid from RSS. And of course, compared to last season, that ramps it up again in terms of speed, difficulty, complexity, variables, everything. So
I have told everybody that was asking why I'm not doing simGP this time around. These days I'm kind of part of the quicker crowd in the GT cars, but my brain is just too flat for doing factory management, ERS and DR. No.
There's so
I'll
much
leave it
added.
to the people dedicated to this.
DRS is back. We've got the energy recovery curse system thingy, tire compounds, multiple of back as well. But yeah, let's have a look at where we are on the track, of course. The Red Bull Ring, as most of you will know it by now. Just a little bit of history. It's been around since about 1969, when it was first called, and I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciation, but Oostenrijkring. And it was run, basically it was built around a bit of a bumpy airfield circuit at the time. And then it ran all the way until 1995, and then in 1996 they revamped it into what was then known as the A1 Ring, which some of you may have heard of back in the day, and that ran for another couple of years until about 2003, when they revamped it yet again to become what is now known as the Red Bull Ring. Reopened around 2011, sorry, I think it was.
The airfield.
Yes.
You must be absolutely mad to go down there. That's like proper bush landing, in my opinion.
Pretty much. I believe it is an extremely fast track at the time, so it must have been a little bit scary. Maybe we can find something on the race department for an old mod type of thing. But that is it. As you can see, the track layout up on screen. There's a good couple of straights. There's a good couple of DRS zones as well. So keep an eye out for that as the drivers make their way around tonight. You'll see the wings are animated, so you can see when they've got them open or not. Other thing is, let's have a look at what the weather's doing today. We've introduced a little bit of a dynamic variable weather this season. So essentially we just give a range of what the temperatures are expected to be for the race weekend, and the rest is up to the weather gods essentially. So we've got somewhere between 28 and 30 degrees ambient temperature. Wind somewhere between 9 and 11 kilometers an hour, southeasterly, with again a little bit of a 5-degree variation, could be anything in that. We don't have rain, but very, very overcast at the moment, which is affecting the track condition. It's starting off quite slow, quite green. Track grip, I think at the start of practice was about 95%. You can see the conditions in the top left as they will progress. You can see currently it's at 96, so it's creeping up ever so slowly. But between sessions, the grip will be transferred. 90% of the available grip will be transferred between sessions as well. So expect to see that change again from quali as we head into race, and it'll continue to improve. And we'll have to see how that affects drivers as well.
We can't let ACC have all the fun with weather, eh?
No, not at all. We wanted some interesting tidbits. Yeah, this is as good as we can get. Qualifying has just started, another 13 minutes left. We're going to quickly take you through what we call HLQ, the hot lap qualifying. So leading up to this season, drivers had an opportunity to put in their best lap times and qualify for this top division. Here you can see some of the times that were put in, just skimming down the list. Emile de Villiers, obviously racing with us from last season as well, topping the charts of the 1:15.7 after just 24 laps. So I think, there's opportunity there to go quicker. I think he was a little bit of sandbagging as well. Cornet with 136 laps made a 1:16.43.3. You can also see in brackets the tire compound that was used as well, HS. Not exactly sure what that's standing for offhand. but some variation of the soft, I'm sure, just in terms of going the quickest. And then, yeah, a lot of familiar names down the field, some returning drivers, some new drivers. So I think, yeah, it's good to see some new blood on track out there as well.
I'm quickly trying to find out if I can see anything regarding the tires. I'll update you in just a bit.
I do know, just a little bit of insight from Corne earlier tonight, that we have 3 compounds available tonight. Not entirely sure what governs those choices. That is something that we need to go and speak to the server hosts about, but I believe it's going to be the super soft, mediums, and what else did Corne mention as the third, Sass, if you recall?
The soft, super soft, and medium.
And the mediums, yeah. So those are the compounds that drivers will have available to them tonight.
Hyper soft.
Hyper soft. Ooh, the HS. Yeah.
Medium soft, super soft, and ultra soft.
Interesting.
I thought that was a much harder one.
Yeah. So yeah, that is it. We've got just under 10 minutes left of quali. I'm going to bounce around drivers now and see what's happening.
Straight out the gate, Emile de Villiers. He has taken the provisional pole there with a 106.3. That's it. I want to just note something. Because of this change in track grip, we should expect to see quali times improve.
They should continue to drop and drop. Yeah, I see the track progression, if you look in the top left, has already now moved to fast. So yeah, definitely continuing to improve. It looks like we had 29 ambient track temperature, 24. So yeah, pretty much in line with the weather forecast. I don't think it's going to surprise too many people there. And yeah, Emile at the top, currently on the super soft tire. Looks like most of the field is out in the super soft. So Yassine is out on the soft tire currently, as well as Sean Verger. And I think everyone else is on the super softs.
Am I losing my mind? Why are HLQ times slower by 10 seconds?
The only explanation I have from that is where the difference is. I would assume Hypersofts is the fastest tire, so...
I don't know right now. Okay. Okay, I'm just finding it very interesting that something... well, okay. Either way, that might be... that might be something else that showed up. But the point is, Emile is doing times close to what is the world record currently on there. Let's go and have a look. So the lap record is currently held by Carlos Sainz in his McLaren from 2020. Where he did a 105.6, so Emile is really close.
Sure.
I do also see some drivers, Ruben Kruger, Lawrence Sterner, and Ryan de Azevedo. They haven't really done representative times just yet.
Sass, I've just got a critical, sorry to cut you off there, a critical piece of information here from Mikhail LaRue in chat, thanks, is we forgot HLQ was set on a completely different track.
Oh yes, all of the other rounds of HLQ was done on the same track as the first race. Okay.
Yes, I recall now. We selected Imola for a very good reason. The HLQ was obviously going to be unmonitored in terms of live stewards and such. And Red Bull Ring is notorious for having some areas in which you can make some track cuts and gain significant amounts of time, and the game doesn't invalidate those laps.
Yes.
So yeah, we thought it best to go for something a little bit more strict.
Well, the sad thing is I've actually looked into trying to change tracks to have more strict track limits, but it is not a simple feat. I thought it was as simple as editing the line where the track limits are, and that was actually not the case. The physics engine is actually using the geometry And depending on which geometry is included, it marks that as track. So sometimes things are included and I don't have 3D modeling skills to really fix that. And even if I could fix it, we are in the unfortunate position where we are relying on a third-party hosting provider where some of our options are slightly limited. Although I think if we ran HLQ with a modified version of the track, it wouldn't have been a problem. But it also opens up a whole dark world for copyright infringement and whatnot. So in the end, it's just easier and simpler to stick with a track that we know doesn't have that many weird cases about it. And Ruben Kruger jumps into P2 there.
I've just seen himself and Hein actually for Skytrim Racing both pop themselves up close to the front of the pack, second and third. And Hein's already out for an outlapse, looking to improve on that. As we see the track grip continuing to improve, it's now bumped up to 97 and fast. I'm pretty sure it's not long now until it hits optimal.
It's gonna be a while still. So I did the math quickly. At 132 laps to increase track grip by 1%. All 22 drivers, and I don't see all 22 drivers online tonight.
Is that like
22
5, 6
drivers
laps or something?
need to be doing 6 laps.
Yeah.
Which I don't think there's quite enough time for them to get there. So we're gonna have the race start on a suboptimal track, I think.
Which is perfect.
Yes, it forces people to think a little bit more about what is going on.
Yep.
We've gotten a little used to just having max grip continuously. And that's something that I think real race drivers, I don't like that word.
A little bit of a lock-up there by
real
Raymond.
world race drivers, they don't get that nice, the track is always rubbered in. They have to deal with the track in the state that it is. I do know that
A
that
living
the other
track,
day
yeah.
at Swartkorps, because of how cold it was, it actually felt like people were driving on ice. It ended up being too cold for the track to really heat up and get the tires warm enough to get nice and grippy.
Okay, so with that just on board here with Lawrence Sterner, currently up on his delta by about 0.2223. So looking to improve quite nicely. Actually, that might gain him at least one position if he manages to keep that up. He is hitting a little bit of traffic here, so that may actually impact or impede him. Unfortunately, let's just see if that traffic actually does dive out of the way. Well done. So Lawrence manages to maintain his delta here, up now to 0.3 on his best.
That's going to gain him an extra position. It'll
I
slot
think
him in front of Jeremy.
Cement in 6th position as he comes across the line now.
A little bit of a bad exit there, but it does move him in front. But as we said, it's going to be increasing. Track grip will be increasing. So if you can jump back to pits, get another car out, get some new tires on there, he'll be able to put a new lap together.
Yep. I love this livery of Clive Hofart. The B team, and if I try and get a little close angle here as I go around the corner, there's a little B on the back and they've got a slogan that says "Beware the Sting."
Yes.
That's great.
Hofart he's in a team with Gregory Hofart, if I remember. Yes, in 13th, P13 currently.
Yep.
I think they're siblings, or they're family in some way. They enjoy racing together. They actually raced with me last season. Little quiet chaps were a little quiet there throughout the season, but they kept their heads down, and I think they've developed quite a bit to the point of being able to, feeling comfortable to step away on their own and go ham-fist and see what they can do by putting some laps together.
We see Gregory bailing out of that lap. Yeah.
Jeremy de Villiers, he is coming up to T9 or 10, the second last corner. He's 2/10. Last corner was not a good one. He's losing time. That's not going to bump him ahead. He'll have to stay out another lap if he hopes to get a good qualifying in there.
Just riding on board here with Jeremy, and you'll get a good view of what it's like around the track as we see someone just ahead of him lock up. And yeah, that's not a great first sector from him. 0.7 down on his best, so I think he's going to have to persevere.
He discharged his battery at the start of the lap, well, for the last lap, and he just doesn't have the juice to get going. So there's a little bit of strategy here that you have to take into account. I'm suspecting come next race, people will be going out, doing a banker lap, doing some laps until, say, there's about 4 minutes left, and then hopping back to pits. At least the front end of the field. They'll be hopping back to pits and then waiting to time the last few laps so that they know that they can get in decent laps.
Well, we are in overtime now, and it looks like Emile de Villiers has got the front row locked out with Ruben Kruger alongside.
Emile very comfortable at the front there. It seems 5/10 ahead of Ruben Kruger.
Just on board with Raymond Degen as he rounds the final corner, but it doesn't look like he's up on his delta, so he will come home to qualify in P5. I got Ryan Azevedo. I think he's finished now as well, and then it's just Gasco and co-commentator as well coming across the line now in P. Oh, he jumps up to P6.
Oh, nice.
Good finish there from Gas. You say you saw Ryan Azevedo disconnect.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get back in before the race starts.
Hopefully he can indeed. I'm going to quickly go to a 30-second ad break, Sass. Okay, we are back, and in the final throes of overtime, there we go, the session is ticked over into race mode. Drivers will now have just under a minute to sort out their final strategies, double check their pit stop strategies. They'll be seeing the same reminder that we're seeing on screen at the top middle, which is telling them that they will need to add a minimum of 1 liter of fuel or do a tire change during the pit window. Pit window, of course, we've got an hour race coming up, and the pit window will open 10 minutes in and close 10 minutes just before the end.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the strategies are going to be tonight. It's all new for everybody. The pit window is new. It's making for some interesting choices that if you're not going to get it right, it might cost you the race. Right, we have lights up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Lights
Drop
out.
the clutch, and away they go. Ooh, a little bit of a jostle there with Lawrence in the midfield.
A couple of cars going 2-3 wide.
There's some contact in the mid pack.
Oh, I'm having a look. Unfortunately, Raymond Duggan getting caught up in the mix with that. And a couple more cars just falling off on the mini first straight there as they pile up to T3, which is a very tricky corner on cold tires. It's uphill, elevation change, banking to the right. It's very tricky. You can easily spin. Looks like most people have managed to navigate that safely. And we're back on board here with Ruben Kruger, who is in P2, just about a second behind Emile de Villiers, who got a very nice clean start.
Okay, so just to quickly note, Lawrence Sterner is right at the back of the pack next to Gasco, and Gas is going, well, no, that's Benjamin Weeder. Gas seems to have had a bit of an issue. quick look up and down the field. Majority of the field running on softs. Jeremy and Emil de Villiers running on super softs. And Yassine Manuel on medium tires. As I see there, Jude Stewart falling down the order, it seems.
Yeah, I can see that Lawrence Sterner's Odin racing car is definitely involved in some first lap scraps because the side of it is looking pretty scuffed.
But the battle right now, Ruben Kruger missing out at the start there. He's been overtaken by his teammate Hein.
Lance just managed this. Oh, they both lock up, and there's a bit of contact here with Clive Hofart.
This is the beast that is an F1 car. They are not easy to drive.
We've got 3 sort of yellow and black livery cars here, all quite different. It looks like that is one of the Flying Gypsies ahead of them. I think
John
it
Stewart
was
ahead of him.
John Stewart, yeah, who's just passed in the, I think the Aries livery is the yellow one, and Clive Hofart being the B team just behind them. All very similar coloured liveries, but quite distinct.
In P6, Byron Thompson is right on the back of Jeremy de Villiers now. Ooh, Jeremy just pulling away. I'm certain he is using up a big chunk of his battery out of turn 1.
So he hunts through the gears at a furious rate. Just struggling to find a little bit of traction, it sounded like at the top of the hill there, but managed to get the power down now. Meanwhile, Corne Breed out at the front here for, or at least the front pack leader of the Flying Gypsies team, as he tries to hunt.
Making his way up to Ruben Kruger now.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to go and see if there's any way to tell when someone is using ERS.
I'm not sure if there's an easy way, unfortunately for us. What is very interesting that I'm noting now is that both Jeremy and Emil de Villiers are the only runners out there right now on the super soft tire. And
I'm thinking they're playing a bit of an aggressive strategy here. They might even go and pit a little bit earlier.
See Ryan and Dirk, sorry, as we're chatting, just making a pass on Dirk. Ryan locks up though. Is that going to give Dirk a chance to get around the outside? I'm not sure, and Dirk tucks in behind here. He might be able to get a little bit of a tow coming up this back straight. But otherwise, yeah, looks like Ryan's got that move somewhat safe for now. Sorry, Sass, you were saying?
No, I had a bit of a worried moment there. It looked like someone was locking up and it might be causing issues. Did Dirk not do a Johnny Player special livery for this car?
I was expecting him to be honest, but I haven't received one yet.
He just hasn't had the time yet.
Yes, that's why I'm saying yet. I believe, I have full faith that he is keen to build one and send it over.
Lawrence making an overtake on Yassine Manuel there, looking almost like Yassine is standing still.
That DRS flap is wide open though. I'm sure that made all the difference there with a little bit of help with the better exit.
From what I remember, this a big part of this car's drivability comes down to how you run that. Ooh, what's happening with Sean? Sean had an off there, and I think he might have beached his car, or he's just...
Well, he's rolling slightly, but he needs to be careful. He may get it stuck in the grass here.
Yeah, I think
he's just trying to pick his moment, yeah, to rejoin safely. Good job there, Sean, on the rejoin.
Careful with lighting up the tires
now. That is the other thing you need to be very careful of. But yep, he gets away again with no drama.
Ryan de Azevedo is hunting for Byron Thompson in P6 now.
You go on board here with Byron Thompson, DRS wing flap shut, and in the background you can see Ryan lock up quite a bit at that first corner.
Yeah, so what I was trying to get at is that there is a little bit of a balance to strike with how much you're harvesting, how much the battery is harvesting every lap, and not just harvesting from braking, harvesting from the MGUH. And then you need to be careful with how much of the battery you are using over the course of the lap. Because you need to be careful with not overdoing it throughout the race. You can very easily find yourself without battery charge, and then drop pace for a good 2 or 3 laps while the battery recharges.
One thing I've noticed is that with quite a few drivers having locked up at quite a few corners already, that is not going to be doing themselves any favors for tire wear down the line with these soft compounds. Do you like the look of this livery that Yassine Manuel was racing? It reminds me of the Haas livery, the sort of striking white and red.
Oh yes. I am quickly hopping over to Emil at the front. He is a good 6 seconds ahead of Hein. And this is where we're now gonna, I think, start seeing. Well, we should keep an eye on him. He's building up his gap. Pit window opens in 2 minutes. If he dives in early, that might be a little bit of a disadvantage for him because he'll have to sit behind people and have to navigate that. But if he can put himself into clear air, if he can put himself into clear air, he will be well off and able to. Oh, I see the markings of the runway now. I see how this thing is laid out.
Yes.
But he'll then be able to try and run some good laps so that he can ensure he gets the overtake done. Stay ahead coming out of the pits.
Just gone on board here with Raymond Duggan, who is all over the back of Greg Hofart. Looked like he was having a little look there. He'll have DRS now, but so will the car in front. That's Dirk, actually. Or did he get past Greg? Maybe he got the pass done.
But they're heading into turn 3 now.
Are indeed. Uphill here. We'll have to see.
I don't think he'll be able to make the overtake stick just yet. Just showing a nose, putting some pressure down on Dirk.
Puff of smoke there as well.
Dirk is an old hand at this. Raymond gets a little squiggly off the out of the corner there. That's not doing himself any favors. So he'll have to sit behind Dirk for the rest of the lap and see if
another
big
lockup.
Big lockup.
Yeah. How's to Marius Groenewald in YouTube chat saying go V van der Bank?
Vincent van der Bank.
That is Vincent.
Dirk runs very wide there. And Raymond gets past cleanly.
Yep. Just jumping on to spectate Vincent for now. This nice green and black livery.
He seems to be having a little bit of a lonely race at the moment.
Yep, but a good mid solid pack position for the time being. Looking to improve to the top 10, I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to go back to Byron Thompson, who's 0.2 seconds behind Jeremy de Villiers.
He's been sitting in the under the wing of Jeremy for quite some time there. I do think Byron has a slightly he's got a slight pace advantage. The problem is he's not able to turn that into an overtake. And if he's not careful, Ryan de Azevedo is going to be arriving on the back of him soon now. And he'll have to contend with defending while he's trying to attack Jeremy.
Yep.
Byron opens his wing very late. Looks like he feels he doesn't need the DRS.
That's always just looking to line his car up perfectly now, coming up to T3 at the top of the hill. He's having a little look around the outside, which is now going to become the inside. There's a massive lockup. Is he going to make contact? I think there's a slight little rub there. which is going to leave Jeremy a little bit in the lurch, I think.
Yes, Jeremy got a bad exit. Cars were bouncing, so they wouldn't have been able to put the power down just yet.
And that's also allowed Reinder Azevedo to pounce on that opportunity and make up another place. So he'll be saying thank you very much to that scrap.
We will have to see if there is a post-race investigation request for that.
I feel there might be.
There might be. This is tight competition. You wouldn't expect someone to barge you off of the road.
Just jumping up to Emil de Villiers. He's about to go side by side with Ruben Kruger, and the pass is made. It's coming up to T3 again. We know that corner, that inside line that Ruben's going to have.
We're going to have to navigate back
markers
there.
There's so much traffic there.
Emil's tires are falling off.
That is sooner than I expected. The pit window is open, however. So does he come in?
I'm saying his tires has fallen off.
It's just relative, yeah.
I need to actually see if I can find some historic data quickly.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Emil and just see what he chooses to do, if he's going to stay out. Certainly he's rounding the final corner now for another lap at least, so we'll see if he's starting to feel pressure from Ruben Kruger behind or not. Look at on board now, looking behind Emil de Villiers' car, up at Ruben Kruger. They close up under braking. Both get around that corner pretty nicely. The wing opens up for DRS. There's a bit of a train going down that back straight now. They'll open up and then close again. The accordion effect under braking. Very different lines here between Emil and Ruben.
Seems to be fighting really hard. So last lap he was still faster than Ruben by almost a second. I wonder if this was maybe not just Emil getting a little bit tripped up on back markers, because this is the phase that they're hitting now, is just trying to navigate back markers. Keeping in mind that at SRSA, blue flags are advisory. It's not a requirement for people to dive out the way, and Hein is, Emil is right back under the wing of Hein there.
He is. You got a very nice exit out of T3 now, and almost got a little bit of a tow, I think, from that back marker. Just helped him close up to Ruben.
See Raymond Duggan managing to overtake Jeremy de Villiers for P.
Oh no, but Jeremy's off track. That's what's happened with that position, but I'm going to hop back to Emil quick just to see what's happening. As they round the second to last corner.
So I'm suspecting if Emil is going to be smart about this, judging by
big wiggle from Emil. I don't think he got a great exit at all.
It's not a great exit. But judging by what we saw someone else do, is not opening DRS, rather staying behind and trying to get a good exit out of turn 1. But unfortunately, that wiggle had made the gap just too big. Emil did get a really good drive out turn 3.
Well, I've just seen corner pass Ruben. What's happening with Ruben?
Had a moment.
Yeah. Just flashed
a moment,
up on...
meaning I have suspicions, and Jeremy is in the pits.
Jeremy is
in the pits.
Let's see how it comes to a stop. How quick is the stop?
Ooh,
I think that must be tires. That's tires going off and on.
That was also damage.
And repairing damage, yeah.
Yeah.
What is he exiting the pits with? Still the super softs by the looks of it.
Oh, are they doing a very aggressive
That's
strategy?
interesting. So perhaps Emil, you know, he doesn't need to repair the damage, unlike Jeremy, but perhaps he's going to try and stay out then, and perhaps do a 1 or a 2 stopper on some super softs.
I am curious to see what's going to happen. There is still almost 15 minutes to go to get to the middle of the race. But
Yeah.
if Emil is doing a 2-stopper, I'm expecting him to be stopping at the 20-minute mark, splitting the race into three stunts for him. That said, I don't think he's slowing down. His pace is looking good. He's a good half a second faster than Hein at the moment. It is to be argued exactly what is happening there. Is it due to back market traffic? What's the exact situation? But he's not showing any lack of pace. That's what I'm getting at. So the two stewards switch places. John lets Jude go by.
You reckon that was a team order there?
I don't think that's team order. I'm just thinking that's Dad saying, "You're faster than me. You're going to be able to do more."
Just yielding, yeah.
I know. I like rolling over quite quickly whenever Nick is behind me because I feel like I'm going to die and be my own worst enemy. So it's easier to just let him go by and then have my own race, not under pressure from him.
I'm looking at who's just behind John here. I think that's technically was under blue flags. It almost looked like one of the Skytrim racing cars coming through. Ruben or Hein.
That is Cornet.
Now it's Cornet in front of him. There was a blue Skytrim car.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I see a pass here. Jeremy de Villiers on Vincent. Oh, a little bit of contact there as I think the corner navigation wasn't the greatest up T3 there, and there's a little bit of rear ending. They're both facing the same way.
They can keep going, as that's the important bit.
And my towers just flashed that Ruben's off the road. So some sort of mistake or incident creeping up on them.
I'm starting to wonder what impact tire degradation is playing here. I haven't driven the car myself for a long stint, so I have no idea what exactly is happening. I am noticing that we are on almost 100% grip there, so we should be ticking over to the final grip levels there soon.
Yeah.
Manages to pass Vincent, who's gone off at turn 1.
Yeah, there's a big gap there. I imagine there was a spin.
P6 and 7. Raymond Duggan is hounding the back of Ryan Azevedo now, making the chase up into T3. Close to the wing there. Does Raymond get a better exit? Oh no, he gets squiggly there on.
Yeah. Needs to correct and lost the advantage. Gives Ryan a bit of a breather. Oh, Ryan locking up there, big puffs of smoke, and that's actually just allowed Raymond to sail through easy.
I think Ryan just overcooked it into the bends there, and he had to back off to try and prevent him from going into the Oh no, Sean decides
Had
to call it
a
quits.
DNF, unfortunately for Sean.
Ben Wheeler switching places with Yassine, which is interesting because Yassine is on the medium tires. So I would have expected him to have a little bit more pace than the people in the softer compounds at this stage of the race. Emil's still out there. It is now already 2 minutes past the 20-minute mark of his stint, so he's still comfortable, it seems. But Hein is closing that gap. Emil is currently only 0.3 faster.
Oh, there's all sorts of corrections going on from Emil. They're up after T3. Seems to be chinks in the armor. As he looks to be coming up on the back of Odin Racing, Lawrence Sterner's car. And there'll be some blue flags being waved out there shortly.
Gournay is also arriving on the back of Hein now. I'm looking at lap times. Gournay is running at pretty much the same pace as Hein. Not necessarily quicker, just run about the same pace. And I'm getting this because I've got a rolling average of the last 3 laps going.
It's very insightful. Good tools to have. Just going to go on board here with Cornet. Always a big lockup after T3, and he struggles to get it pointed in the straight line.
So what is interesting here, it seems that Hein is faster in Sector 1. He's matching Emil in Sector 2. And okay, the last lap. Oh, Emil's last lap was a bit slower than Hein's. I'll keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on that because that's really skewing my pace there. But that is kind of what's happening. If Emil's tires are dropping off now, then I'm expecting him to be slower quite quickly here. Ooh, lots of movement down there.
Yeah,
Jude's
just past Lawrence. I caught that on stream. Ben is just past John, rather.
And Yassine Manuel now passing John Stewart for P14. Wonder if John might get a better exit out of turn 1 though. Not quite. Yassine has pulled the front run. And Cornet,
yeah, just manages to get past Hein. Missed it, unfortunately, on stream, but looked like a relatively clean pass.
Hein is not letting up though. He is sticking under that wing as much as possible. But at the moment, Cornet and Hein seem to be a little bit faster than Emil in front. But Ruben Krier, he is almost 7/10 quicker than Emil.
He's certainly flying. He just needs to keep it nice and clean and consistent though to make it count.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's gonna come down to who's ahead when we're coming out the pits. Emil will have some fresh rubber to run good laps. Ruben Kruger does have a good 13 seconds to make up. But if he can stay quicker at this pace level, he should be able to catch up to him within the next 15 minutes.
corner, just trying to break the toe here and also dodge a back marker. So they go around first corner.
Hein gets a better exit out of turn 1, it looked like, but I think Cornet is...
He's enjoying a bit of a toe, I think, from the back marker, which is
I don't think
pulling him
that's
up the
toe.
field.
I think that's ERS.
Ah, okay. Extra bit of boost. There definitely was something keeping ahead there.
And that's something that I really wish we could have seen on modern day F1.
Yeah.
So often we see they get the good exit and they make the attacking move under DRS, but we then don't know if they're using KERS or not.
Yeah.
I don't even care if there is a I don't want to see what the battery level is. I just want to see if the driver is using it to defend.
Just looking further down the field here, we've got Ben having just passed Jeremy de Villiers. It looked like Jeremy is trying to get back at him. Ben has a massive lockup, which is going to compromise his exit of T4. But it looks like...
Hein and Cornet switching places. Hein is on the inside in turn 1. Cornet gets the better exit though.
They're still side by side. They're going to be heading up the hill. Corner's going to have the inside line. Oh, he actually sneaks ahead already. He's still got the inside line, so I think if he manages to keep his lockups under control...
Just back market traffic as well right now.
That's one of the B teams just managing to keep out of trouble. And, looks like Hein is diving up the inside nice and cleanly, but can Cornet stick it now?
Oh, that was close.
Sure. That was almost out of control. Good save, Hein, for keeping
very good save
keeping that collected.
This is not going to bode well for these two drivers if they wanted to catch Emil though.
No, not at all. That's going to be wearing degrees down on their tires.
I'm actually starting to think, let me quickly, what's the gap behind Hein? I think Hein might be able to go pit.
Oh yeah, no, it's almost 10 seconds.
No, I'm looking at the 37 seconds. So there's more than 30 seconds behind him to P5. It might be a smart move, although there is back market traffic looking at the track now. It might be a smart move for him to go and pit now.
Speaking of using the pits, Ruben's just dived into the pits.
So Ruben flinching first.
Looked like quite a quick stop because he's already out now. And back on the softs.
Quick stop. That's something I never tested. I'm not sure how quickly these cars refuel.
I have no insight into that, unfortunately.
Tires tend to be quick on the F1 cars.
They do. Fueling might take longer.
So Hein right under the wing there. Emil goes into the pits as well.
Yeah.
Stop.
I can only assume he's going to come back out on super softs if he had to follow Jeremy's strategy.
And let's see, he's exiting the pits now on super softs.
Yeah.
But it does put him out into clear air. He'll be able to pull ahead of this back marker, I think. Yes, he's ahead of the back marker. Ooh, cold tires.
Byron Thompson now in the pits as well. I do want to quickly bring up is we can cycle through, starting off with the race progress since the beginning of the race. So Cornet Breed, I mean, yeah, he's currently leading the race, but obviously has not done his mandatory pit stop yet.
Raymond Duggan doing well to keep hold of his 5th position there.
Yep, doing very nicely. So Cornet and Hein at the top have yet to stop. Raymond Duggan and Ryan de Azevedo still need to stop as well. And then Dirk, the only other in the top 10 currently needing to stop still.
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on Emil now. He has just started a new lap. I want to see what his lap times are.
He's coming up to Clive Hofart, who will need to make sure he doesn't do anything like defend a position. I'm sure he'll get nicely out of the way. Yep.
Yep. Ooh, Clive outbraking himself there completely. Emil's best lap, 106.9. He is currently 3/10, 4/10 up on that delta. I'm gonna make that 3.5 tenths. So he's doing relatively quick times. No, so 3/10 slower than his best.
Alright.
Ruben Krieger currently has the fastest lap times, but he's not able to get quite as close to his optimal laps as Emil is. He's about 7/10 adrift. And Cornet is in
He's
the
in the
pits.
pits.
Cornet is in the pits. What's
I'm
happened
leaving
to
the
Hein?
pits.
I'm assuming Hein has already pitted.
I don't know if he has, to be honest. I think it was only him and Cornet who needed to pit of the front runners.
I am going to see if I can find out quickly.
Just looking at this battle between John Stewart and Yassine Manuel. John just getting ahead of Yassine, but Yassine looks to be coming back at him. Ooh. A little bit of a lock-up there, as I think Yassine needed to avoid contact. And that will lose Yassine a couple of positions.
So, Ryan, Hein has pitted. Hein has pitted.
Okay, he has. Alright, good.
Okay.
Looks like Jude is now in the pits as well. We've got Ryan de Azevedo hunting down Raymond Duggan at looks like a rate of knots according to my tower at one point. Oh, there's a much better exit there by Ryan de Azevedo coming down at the main straight, and that move is going to be done without even the help of DRS. It squeezes him out there, and that mistake is going to be super costly.
Yes. Ryan backs out of it, runs wide. Luckily, they both survived that.
Back up with Hein from Newkirk now. As he looks to close up that gap to corner in front of him.
Hein and Cornet are running at just about the same pace, but Emil is now a good 3/10 quicker, so he's able to extend that lead ever so slightly. Hein sitting right under the wing of Cornet. Ruben is still at that 13-second deficit. I see Yassine Manuel and John Stewart switching places down for 14th and 15th. Yeah, and Ruben is now not able to match the lap times that Emil is doing. I am curious though. We saw the tires falling off for Emil close to the end there of his stint. If Cornet and Hein can realize that they shouldn't be battling unnecessarily here,
they can hang in there to the end. Yeah.
They might stand a chance to battle for first position there.
John Stewart, and oh, there's been an accident. Yassine Manuel is off the circuit. I was about to say, him and John Stewart have been swapping places all night. No, unfortunately, it looks like Yassine just coming out of the last corner there.
Similar to what Russell had done.
Yeah. A lot of lockups coming up to T3 here for Ryan and Div1 and Raymond Duggan. Also coming up to some back market traffic here, which may give Div1 the chance to close up even further.
Ryan is currently about a 10th slower than Raymond though. He's just struggling to get past John there. But John was holding his racing line for as much as he could.
Jeremy de Villiers is in the pits again.
Yeah, he pitted way too early to be able to hold on to
Yes, he did. The initial damage he must have felt was too much, so he came in for an early stop and is doing another one.
Okay, something to note though. Ryan and Raymond have not pitted yet.
Okay.
Neither has Lawrence Sterner in 9th position. Yeah. And Dirk Brandt as well. Ooh, and as I say,
Dirk's
that
in the
Dirk
pits.
dives into the pits.
Well, that was an interesting
curious
pit entry there.
Out on super softs now.
Relatively quick stop there compared to some of others we've seen tonight. Must have not put in too much fuel.
Ryan Azevedo is in the pits as well.
Yep.
I saw Ryan smack the heaps of understeer into 10-3. He had a little bit of a kiss with the barrier there on pit exit.
Oh, that's not what you want. Well, those front wings can be quite fragile.
So Raymond Duggan, he should be going into the pits now, and yes, he does. I think that then only leaves Lawrence Sterner yet to pit. Hein van der Kerk and Cornet Breed switching places there at the top. They're side by side out of turn 4. Oh, Cornet going for the cutback, but it's just not quite working as he's... Ooh, that's a lot of aero wash behind him. He was so close to Hein there that aero wash would not have gone over nicely.
That's not a great feeling when you all of a sudden just feel the car doing something aerodynamically that it's not normal. Getting affected by the cars in front. Oh, there's a lot of backmarker traffic here, just adding some complications, but they managed to get through.
Well done on Clive spotting that Cornet was coming through and not turning into the apex. So the last driver to still look out for, Lawrence Sterner. Ooh, Ryan, I'm seeing we have race numbers on here. Or is that the livery numbers?
It's probably the livery numbers. And the guys who've submitted custom liveries, you can manipulate that race number. So like Lawrence Sterner, for example, is actually 107. But for example, Clive and teammate Gregory will have the same race number because they're technically in the same team, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Just Jude all over the back of Lawrence, and I was having a little look into... Oh, he spun!
Jude burns it! Oh. Okay, he keeps it going though. Lawrence is on very old tires now, so he'll Cornet and Hein switching places up ahead again. Hein had a big moment.
I was going to say, that gap is very large, so must have been a mistake involved.
Hein had a really big moment. Yeah, he had a really big moment in Sector 2 there.
See Gas about to pull a move on Vincent van der Bank here. And he's going around the outside.
Stewart behind them trying to navigate them as back markers.
It's interesting.
Vincent staying out of the way of Jude there, so Jude will be trying to get by Gas right now. This is where back marker navigation and battling for position is a little bit tough. Gas will want Jude to slip by, but not lose so much time as to give Vincent an opportunity to attack. Vincent goes for the
has a little look, but I think he was too far back to...
Yeah. No, I think he was just showing a nose, getting the downforce to help with the braking.
Yeah. Now that's when racecraft experience comes so much in handy. To be able to run side by side and have the confidence, recognize what your opponents are doing, and the attitude of your car, make sure it's predictable.
Yes. I'll be honest, I just like showing my nose to try and put some pressure on the person ahead.
Yes, it's so easy to when you're behind. Just show your nose, make him sweat.
It's not always optimal. You're just trying to break their confidence a little bit.
Yeah, unsettle them really.
I think you're gonna go for a move, and I don't do it every lap. I just do it every once in a while, just to keep them on their toes. Is he going for it? Is he not? Is he a madman? Right, Jude. Why am I switching to Jude? He was just doing a relatively quick lap. So closest gap right now is Jeremy de Villiers on Ben Wheeler. Jeremy definitely should have the pace in hand. He is a good 5/10ths quicker than Benjamin up ahead. Ooh, and it's just traffic.
I was about to see Ryan Azevedo storming through there, navigating some back markers. It almost looked like the back marker was going to rejoin the racing line, but backed out at the last second, thankfully.
Okay, Ryan Azevedo is right on the tail of Byron Thompson now.
Yeah.
Emil now 10 seconds ahead. There's 13 minutes left. He can relax now and just take a comfortable lead to bring it home.
I think he's about to come up to lap his teammate Jeremy.
Byron Thompson had a really bad exit out of the last corner there.
Oh no, Heinz off the track. Heinz in the sand.
Oh, and Heinz lost it there before.
And Jeremy de Villiers is past Gregory Hofart.
And that is Emil on his...
Yeah, all trying to navigate T3 up the hill.
I am very curious if they are on Discord together, because an interesting thing to note, I don't know if they'll scold me if I say this. Jeremy and Emil,
that was
a pretty brave one.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Emil are racing on rigs with the surround sound speaker system instead of headphones.
Alright, interesting.
So I'm wondering, are they just shouting at one another, or how's the noise influence their ability to talk to one another?
Oh, someone's just nailed the barriers at the back end there. One of the red cars.
That's Ben Wheeler.
That was a massive accident. There's going to be massive damage in that car.
Oh no.
It's super unfortunate for him.
Oh yeah, he's struggling to slow down as well.
Oh, there was a huge impact. He's going to have to come into repair. Unfortunately, he's done it at the worst possible area of the track, just in front of the pit entry. So he's got to basically hobble around the entire length of the track now. And he may even be at risk of losing a position if John can catch up a little bit. Meanwhile, we've got Raymond Duggan, who's passed, or was Ryan Azevedo?
Byron Thompson, Raymond got past Byron Thompson. Ooh,
Byron's off.
He's off, and if he's not careful, he's gonna beach that car. Careful on the throttle. I saw him light up the rears when he was trying to get going again.
He's off again. I wonder if he's struggling with grip, just following that off.
I can't see... that there's damage. Well...
Not sure. There may not be damage. I think it might just be tire, maybe, you know, and it's put him under all sorts of pressure from Lawrence Stern, who just sails past easily.
No. Byron is taking it slow into the pits.
He's entering the pits, yeah. I reckon he's going to flip his tires. They must have been lit up. Probably overcooked.
And Lawrence Sterner is in the pits with 17 seconds to go.
That is cutting it fine.
All about cutting it fine. He stops with 8 seconds left on the clock.
Wow.
And gets going right at the 10-minute mark.
Amazing. And I see Dirk has just
slapped on some super softs.
Oh, excellent. Let's go racing. Dirk has just got past, so he's got to catch up about 2.5 seconds now.
I'm not expecting
in 10 minutes.
Lawrence to
a little bit of cold. Oh! Was that gas? I think it's gas, yeah.
Oh
my word.
Yo, I had a heart attack. My view was on Lawrence's nose camera.
Yeah.
So you just come around the corner and you see this car almost rejoining across the track.
Oh man, Lawrence must have had a bit of a heart attack there.
I'm not even wearing my brown pants tonight.
Oh, good stuff.
Gregory Hofart overtaking Byron. What's Byron
is still struggling because he just come out of the pits on super softs.
He has, but I'm now starting to worry he's he's lost force feedback or
Maybe...
something.
Yeah, either that or he did have damage and opted not to repair and just thought tires would be fine.
Oh no.
But yeah, certainly not looking happy in that car at all. In fact, it looks like he's still coasting a little bit.
No, he's taking it easy. I think.
Is he coming in again? He's coming in
He's
again.
coming in again.
Trying to see if I can see some scuffing on the side of his car. Doesn't look like it to indicate damage.
I'm starting to believe this is a technical issue.
Meanwhile, Raymond up front, getting past Ryan Azevedo, who's looking to come back at him into T4. Oh, and he slips in behind. I think that is...
Jeremy de Villiers ahead.
Is it Jeremy ahead? It is Jeremy. It says backmark traffic there as well. We'll back up Raymond into Ryan Azevedo pretty shortly.
It's back market traffic, but don't discount Jeremy. He is quick.
That's true. Was on a bit of a recovery drive. Going back to Lawrence Sterner, who is tucked in behind Dirk and putting on the pressure now. Remembering that Lawrence is on the super softs now, with Dirk on the softs.
He also seemed to have gotten a really good exit out of turn 1 there. Dirk defending with all he's got. I think he was using a lot of his curves right now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Lawrence almost gets sideways, collects it well.
Don't overstress your tires right now, Lawrence. You seem to be quicker. Raymond
Runs
Duggan
past.
has had an off track there.
Yeah. I'm going back to the Lawrence battle. Let's see.
Currently a second quicker than Dirk.
Going down the main straight into T1. Let's see who can get a better exit there. Just running up the hill, running over the curves is not going to help.
It's not going to help. Lawrence got the better exit
Does
there.
look like a better drive. Look at the gap closing up. Dirk is in
running
trouble
very
here.
defensive
He's running
there.
up the inside. We'll have to hang it
Lawrence
around.
going to go for the cutback, I think.
It's a good exit. It's a good exit. And Dirk had a little bit of a correction there, and I think he's in trouble now. Dirk's still running the defensive inside line, and I think there's enough of an overlap, and Lawrence has slotted in front.
You know, they're still almost side by side. Dirk going for the move still.
Dirk's not giving it up. Yeah, easy.
Oh, dips a wheel onto the gravel. That's
And that's
not gonna
Jeremy
help
behind them as well.
Yes, but Jeremy is trying to unlap himself.
Okay.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm wrong.
That's...
Jeremy, that's for position. Jeremy slips by. Ooh, Lawrence going very wide there, almost losing it.
No, it's Emil. It's Emil in between them.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah. That no doubt would have frustrated Dirk. But
yes.
Good little battle there for 8th position.
Lawrence letting Emil go by.
Running very wide.
Feeling comfortable that he can let Emil go by and stay ahead of Dirk. Yo, okay, that was frantic.
Alright, so our top 3 with just under 5 minutes. We've got Emil up front. Ruben is 15 seconds behind. And just a second behind him is Cornet Breed. Both on the soft tyre.
Four minutes to go. Cornet is closing the gap on Ruben clear there. He is currently a 10th quicker than Ruben. And Cornet is actually up on his delta by 3 tenths, 4 tenths. Ruben having a big moment there, but Cornet just having to wait a bit to get back on the throttle and getting squirrely out there.
That's definitely the most difficult corner, I would say. T3, just navigating the corner is one thing, but then getting the power back on once you've rounded the corner, you've got to do it so carefully.
Oh, they're coming up to lap traffic there. 5-0 Fart.
Gets out of the way nicely. Doesn't impede them whatsoever. Running very wide there does Ruben.
I'm actually starting to think we might see a few post-race investigation requests for track limits.
Yeah, that's possible.
Justine Manuel has spun it completely.
Unfortunately, see him in the back there just trying to get his car pointing this in the right direction again safely. And he's lost a position to Gasco, and unfortunately for that spin.
Cornet overcooks it out of turn 3. He was 3 tenths behind Ruben, but now he's dropped back to 3 seconds. He's not.
Lucky. That's the opportunity lost. Yeah. He's got a healthy margin to Heinfenick, so it should still be a solid podium if he just keeps it clean now and nurses at home. How's it to Willy Kotze in the YouTube chat? Also shouting for Vincent van der Bank. Currently running in a solid P17. I think just letting some front runners through there under blue flags. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there.
So I'm looking at the time left. Emil is in sector 2 at the moment. So the next lap that he is starting will be the last lap of the race.
Yep.
Byron Thompson had a bit of a moment in P13, but Emil should be coming, rounding the last few corners in a bit. Second last corner, and he has driven a very, very well-deserved win tonight. Commanding lead there at the start.
Excellent stuff there from Emil de Villiers. Just has a little celebratory wiggle as he crosses the line and continues to do that. I'm sure he's stoked for his first victory. Ruben Kruger has just crossed the line for a solid P2, as does Corne Breed. So there we have your podium winners for Red Bull Ring round 1. And the champagne will be flowing very shortly. And we'll wait for the rest of the drivers to come around, and I'm sure we'll find a couple of drivers to pull in for an interview.
And I know I'm saying that well, with all the knowledge that I will not survive. Right. We have a Mr. Emil de Villiers here.
Right,
as
let's
well
head
as
to.
Mr. Ruben Krier.
How are you guys tonight?
Hey guys, hey Ruben, hey Emil. Excellent. How are you doing?
Ugh, could have done better, but a second place, I'm happy with it.
Excellent stuff.
Congrats.
And
Yeah.
yeah, firstly, big well done, of course, to Emil for coming home in P1. Having a nice solid race there, commanding it seemed from start to finish. Tell us how your race went.
The start was pretty nerve-wracking because, of course, turn 1 incidents are very prone.
Yeah,
Made a few mistakes by spinning twice, but I'm glad I recovered it. So yeah, I'm overall happy about the result.
excellent. What do you make of the tire choices you guys made? I see that you and Jeremy started on super softs and then swapped halfway to keep the super softs. Essentially, I assume you put a fresh pair of boots on, of course. Whereas the rest of the field seemed to stick to the soft tire.
We felt that the super softs were quick enough to hold the whole race, so we didn't feel like we had to switch compounds.
Okay, excellent.
It does require a very smooth foot there on the brakes, though. You need to be careful careful of locking up.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Ruben, you mentioned that you could have done slightly better. Just quickly saying hello to Corneille. Congrats on the podium there. But Ruben, what went well? What kind of went wrong?
Ugh, the foot is a bit heavy, so you spin around a few times. So yeah, I could have done better with throttle control and what, but yeah, otherwise it was alright.
We saw quite a few
Set
lockups tonight across the field. Do you feel that the track variable conditions or anything had a play on that, or was it just everyone getting used to the cars?
Yeah, it's a new car, it's a new season. I think everybody is still getting used to it. The elevations does play a role in this track, so
Especially T3
but
heading
yeah,
up the hill.
everything. Yeah, exactly.
Corneille, I want to hear from you. My heart sank there on the last few laps.
Catching, yeah.
Yeah, it was such a pity. I had such a lucky race. Had a lack of fight with Hein. And then, me and Nemo changing places. And one of the back markers unfortunately got in the way and took me out. And I'm not sure if I touched or he touched the other guy that spun out, but I saw Hein went on the same time. So I'm not sure whose fault it is. Willing to take penalties, anything coming my way if it was me. But it's unfortunate that happened. And then Ruben was able to sneak through. And then it's such a lack of battle catching. And then every time there's a gap, either I run too close and then there's no downforce and I run wide, or there's back markers getting in the way. But it's such a jolt. That was like a...
Excellent. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
It was great watching the battles.
That was super cool. Just seeing all the action on track. I was expecting all sorts of things to happen tonight, being a brand new car, and obviously we're back to now the sort of top tier open wheeler. There's a lot of variables at play. There's high speed, of course, but I think you guys did well. So congrats to you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing an exciting championship unfold with this season.
Yep, absolutely. Any closing remarks, Sass, from your side?
I'm gonna quickly punt the league, the races, so you can still join us. I will say we'll prefix it with we might not have a space available for simGP unless a lot of people come and sign up, like at least 6 or so that we can
run a new
establish a second division.
Yep.
But there is still space in M2, there is still space in GT. You can come sign up with us. Head on over to www.simracesa.co.za. You'll find a link to the Discord channel where all of the things are happening. And all of the sign up is done through Discord. We do ask for a minimum donation of 175 Rand. Charity this season is Jogebed Child and Youth Care Center. down in my home valley in Uppington.
Yep.
We have already, Ryan, what's managed to...
It's just over 18 grand since the start of July. So, I mean, that's pretty good going for a couple of weeks and for the sign-ups for the season. So thanks to everyone involved. Racing a part of Some Race Africa, you're part of something special, helping us raise funds for charities. So thanks, everyone.
Yes. But yeah, that's it from me. Next week, we're back in the M1s, baby. M2s.
M2 CS
M2.
Racing, yeah, the BMWs. And then the GT rounds. And then we'll be back at Silverstone for the second round of the GP series.
Yes.
And,
we are also doing some ad hoc fun races. So if you head on over to Discord, and the league racing is a little bit intimidating, you can join in on the fun ad hoc races. It's great. We all hop on the Discord channel and just shoot the breeze while we try our best not to crash into one another.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be seeing Dale Best's SWAT Corps coming up pretty soon.
Yes.
In those ad hocs as well. So that's exciting.
Right.
Cool. I think we'll leave it there. Thanks again. We'll see you guys at Silverstone. Emil, Ruben, and Corne, thanks very much.
Action figures.
Catch you guys
Thank you,
later. Ciao, ciao.
Thanks for the work.
Yes.
Cheers.
Bye. Cheers, ass.
Cheers.